people who stretch themselves past that point are the people that have the most change. They're curious to see what's on the other side of what's familiar and known. And instead of, I don't know, I'm making stuff up, scrolling through TikTok, getting on the text, instead of thinking of 1,000 reasons that you're too busy to sit past that, or to say, today's not a good day to meditate. A person who's curious, who's uncompromising, that keeps doing that over and over again, all of a sudden starts to biologically change. Because if the environment signals the gene, and it does, and the end product of an experience in the environment is an emotion, a person who's living by the same emotion every single day is signaling the same genes in the exact same way. And genes make proteins, and proteins are responsible for the structure and function of the body. And the expression of proteins is the expression of life. And that person now they're feeling certain feelings that are familiar to them, that are influencing the very same thoughts, and the very same thoughts make the very same chemicals for them to feel the exact same way. And it takes crisis, and it takes trauma, and it takes disease, and it takes diagnosis, and it takes betrayal, and it takes loss for people to finally make up their mind to change. We discovered that if you keep thinking the same way, if you keep making the same choices, if you keep doing the same things, if you keep recreating the same experiences, and you keep feeling the same emotions, your biology is going to stay the same because you're the same. There's nothing to that. But we discovered also, give people information, sound scientific information, and let science be the contemporary language of mysticism. Let science demystify the mystical and challenge the mind of an individual to combine quantum physics with neuroscience and neuroendocrinology and psychoneuroimmunology and the mind-body connection and epigenetics. I always say to our audiences, turn to someone next to you and say, I'm not afraid of the word epigenetics. You know, people get afraid of that word. Electromagnetism. We want to make it. All of those sciences point the finger at possibility. And if knowledge is power, then knowledge about yourself is self-empowerment. And it's not enough to just learn it. This is a time in history where it's not enough to know. This is a time in history to know how. The application of that philosophical, theoretical information, we discovered that every time you learn something, you're making a lot of connections in your brain. 1 hour of focused concentration on one concept, one idea, doubles the number of connections in your brain if you're present with that information.